Been Cleveland, LA Clipper glute workout, Miami, Oklahoma City, Phoenix, and here in Boston.
And what's the feedback you've gotten from the teams about what you can do on the court?
So far, I've been doing everything I needed to do. I've been knocking down shots. I've been defending pretty well, shooting the ball well, getting to the lane, finishing. So I've been doing a lot of things well. But it's just been the weight that's been my issue. I'm at 162, so we'll see what happens with that.
And then the concern there is they'd like to get you heavier for playing time?
Excuse me?
The concern is they'd like to get you heavier for playing time?
Yeah, I wouldn't say heavier, but I guess look, just kind of 10 more pounds, that wouldn't hurt, even if I just look a little bit bigger. But other than that, that's pretty much it. But I'll work my way into a rotation.
It's got to be hard to gain weight when you're going through this process that involves, running good for days.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really worried. There were times when I had off last summer, and I would, off from the Louisville season, I would go on my training and we'll get on our weight plan, and I would put on 12 to 15 pounds without a problem. I'll come back to school 174, 175, 173, and then we'll just get right back into it, conditioning, pressing, and the practice, and I would go down to my playing weight at about 163. But when I get some time off and when I get settled into a team or a home, I'll be perfectly fine.
Do you think any of that has to do with your pressing style and the amount of activity that was required from you throughout the season playing that style of basketball?
Oh yeah, of course, no doubt about it. But it was all for good, because now I'm in the tremendous shape I'm in, and then once I put on the weight, it's going to stay on, because it's not going to be a everyday, just grind and attack. But I'll work hard every day, but it's not going to be 3 hours the way we conditioned at school.
How much did you know about Toronto before you came to the city and the Raptors in general?
I didn't know much about the city itself, but I knew a lot about the Raptors. And honestly, I roomed with Nick Stauskas, and we talked a lot about the city. He was my roommate at South Kent, and he basically just told me everything. And when I got off the plane, it was everything he described.
Seemed you had a nice conversation with Coach Casey at the end of the workout there as well.
Right.
Yeah, just your take on him and the experience.
It was great. He obviously knows Coach P. And, he's been in the state of Kentucky. He's been a former coach there. So just getting to know him a bit and pick his mind about certain defensive schemes that goes on in the league, because I'm a defensive guy. So it's important for me to sort of have a defensive understanding when I get to the next level.
Did you badmouth UK to him?
Nah, it's all good.
Now you talked about your defense, but are there anything else that you were focusing on to improve as you become an NBA player?
Just my decision making in the 5-on-5 set. In the LA Clipper group workout, I just try to get as much guys involved as possible, put as much guys in positions and opportunities to score as possible, and basically just try to win. And that's what I go in. That's what I'm all about.
Your experience, the fact that you're a little bit older than a lot of these guys, is that an advantage or a disadvantage in this process?
I feel like it's an advantage, especially when going into summer league and when it's time to hit adversity. Not a lot of guys can hit adversity. A lot of guys are front runners. Every day will be good and upbeat when things are going good, but when things start to go bad and when stuff starts to break down, guys can mentally break down. And I've been conditioned not to break down, good or bad, and I think that's my advantage over a lot of people.
How difficult is it to stay rested during this process when you're flying from city to city to city?
It's very important. I lay down as much as possible, sit down as much as possible, and just try to keep my legs up. But I've been doing a great job. I've had a lot more workouts than a lot of guys, but it's only adding up. And I'm conditioned enough to do it and compete, so I'm not afraid to compete.
Are you talking to any guys who are in the league that can give you advice just about this process?
I have a lot of friends. Just leaving Boston, Rajon.
Yeah.
Rajon he went through the process. He told me he did about 13 to 15 workouts, but that was in 2006. Things are a little bit different now. Guys don't work out, and Rondo was a first-round draft pick. So even Earl Clark, guys like T-Will, even Peyton. Peyton worked out a lot. T-Will said he went to a lot of workouts as well. So it's a lot more different back then. I haven't spoken to a lot of guys that's been doing it as of late. So I'll have to get another take on that.
Coach Pitino raves about you. What was it like playing for a coach like Pitino?
It's great because he knows what he's going to get from a competing standpoint. He knows I'm not going to back down from nobody, and he obviously knows I'm a winner. That's the most important, to have winners on your team. You can have all the talent you want on your team, but if guys don't know how to win, you'll just be a regular organization. But if you put a team and a group of winners together, you're going to get something special.
There was some buzz last year you might come up, but you went back last season. How did this past season help you grow even more as a player?
It helped me in the 5-on-5 set get a lot of guys involved. It helped me get better court and offensive awareness. So I know what guys are at all times. I know how to get guys the ball. And if I know strengths and weaknesses on my teammates and my team personnel, it's even better. And I just became a great shooter. Just everything just elevated. So I'm happy where I'm at.
What's the biggest thing that you want these teams to know about you on or off court when you come in for these workouts?
That I'm gonna compete, and then off the court I'm easy going, and even on the court you can talk to me. I'm coachable, and just they can see me up close. A lot of people might have this perception that I'm 5'11" or just wild and crazy, but to just come in and just show guys that I can get my teammates involved, knock down shots, and be composed and keep a positive attitude, I think that's important.